back to New Bits with Vac and Vinnie, the only podcast where you get to hear professional comedians working out bits, bringing them to the stage, filming them in front of an audience for the first time, bringing them back to the podcast, and letting you hear or see them fly or die. That's
right. It's gutsy, man. We're gutsy.
We are gutsy, and we're the only ones doing it, Vac.
Nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it. And
they don't have the guts.
Nah, they don't got the guts.
No.
We got the guts.
I gotta tell you, man. It's. I mean, I'm such a perfectionist. That's why I don't have a CD now, and I don't like people seeing me flounder and fumble and all that stuff. But that's what they're getting to see. They're getting to see. I mean, it's out there, man.
It's it's so cool because when I first started doing stand-up, even before I started, when I just would go to a club and watch a show, you think, oh my God, look at how great this person is. Yeah. And you never think the years that went into that.
Right.
Years that went into that kind of work and getting
sometimes on one bit.
So it's worded just right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
sometimes on one bit,
just right.
Yeah. 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 And the evolution of these bits, it goes from unfunny to, oh man, that's got potential, to that's funny, oh my gosh, that's a killer bit. And that's what I'm excited about, everybody seeing this process. And
like we've said before, Vinny, people ask us all the time, where do you get your material? And a lot of times it's just things we observe, life experiences and so on, something we heard. But then how do we get that to the stage?
Exactly.
Like you can't just go up there and go, oh, I saw this funny thing today, and people are going to laugh. I mean, you got to have a bit, a joke. What was funny about it?
Right.
How do you make something that was funny to you funny to them?
Right.
If you're the one laughing, you ain't going to work.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. And we got a great episode for you. Today we got a fly or die video. Vac's going to show us his dating when I'm older bit. When were we working on that?
It's episode 5, I believe.
Episode 5. You can actually stop this recording right now. If you haven't seen episode 5, go look at us. Basically, Vac brought it to the podcast, and we worked it out, and he brought it to stage, and now now we're going to get a look at it. And also, we're going to get to see I guess it's an update on the I Hate My Son bit. Okay.
Just the title is hysterical.
Yeah, just the title's funny. I performed it again in I'll think of it, but 2 weekends ago, and I got the recording, and we're going to look at it. Basically a bit update, if you will. Yeah. So I'm excited about this episode.
Yeah, we never talked about that, but it's important that people understand too. It's not just the first time you do it. The first time you do it, it may be still raw. Yeah. You got to come back and see us working on it. What did we change? Did we add something? Did we delete something? It's that process. It could take a long time to get a bit, especially a bit like I Hate My Son, which is a hunk.
Yeah.
To get that right.
Yeah. It's turning into one. It's turning into one. And if people tuned in, what was it, last week that we looked at it?
Yes.
No, I think the week before.
The week before, okay.
Maybe. If they looked at it, they're gonna see it. It's changed quite a bit. So go ahead, Vac. Tell us what we're gonna see. And,
all right. Well, we worked on this on, I believe it was episode 5, where I'm divorced and I'm getting back in the dating scene, and some of the differences between and the priorities you have when you're young versus when you're older. While dating. So that's what this is, and I guess we'll watch it and see what we think.
Okay. All right, here we go. Dating While I'm Older, starring Vac. Here we go.
So I'm dating now. That's what I want to do. I'm dating now. which is not easy at my age. Let me tell you something, folks. When you're young, I didn't care about is she hot, so I care about it. Now I'm like, do you have benefits? Can I get on your plane by any chance? This one woman for a while. You know, she said, "You want to meet for drinks?" I'm like, "Yeah, good." Okay, 3:30. Wow. Okay, really? We'll go to dinner and home by 7. I'm like, you know what? That doesn't sound bad. Meet for drinks at 3:30. Home by 7. We did it for a while. She's like, you know, it's getting pretty serious. I'd like you to meet my parents. I'm like, they're still alive? Really? Yeah, we'll just go to their home. Their home or a home? Where do they?
All right.
There you have it, man.
I'm telling you. It's just a great bit. It's just a funny bit. Yeah, I only have a couple of things here, but when you watch that video, what do you think, and what ideas come to your mind? And because you know what, I don't know about you, Vac, but when I watch myself, I always go, oh man, I got to change that. I think it's the best way, apart from this, to develop material is just to watch yourself, over and over. So what do you?
I hate watching myself, but you're right. It has to be done because
I know.
You could pick up. Sometimes you see something, go, I never knew I did that.
Yes.
Why do I do that movement? It doesn't make any sense. It's throwing me off. Is it throwing off the audience? Or you can see something you really like and go, I got to make sure I keep that. But as far as that bit goes, I think it could stand alone. If I say I'm divorced, I'm getting older now, divorce, dating's different, I think I could roll right into it. But on that recording there, I had already done my I'm divorced, this, that, and I talk about the fact that when I got divorced, I lost my health benefits. I had to do my wife's job. So I think that gives that first line about when I say when young, only thing about she hot. Now I'm like, do you have benefits?
Yes.
Because the audience knows I had to get benefits. Yeah. So I think it does give it a little bit more pop when I've done the I'm divorced now.
Yeah. Was that the first time that you did it like that, and then you found out, wow, now I got a second big laugh off of that? Was that the first time?
That was the first time I did it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Yeah.
So I think it's a good bit. I think it could stand alone if I didn't do my divorce material, because part of that is the fact that I lost my health benefits when I got divorced. But I think it could still stand alone if I just went into dating when I'm older. If I just said I'm divorced now, so I'm dating, I think I could roll into it and just go right to the health benefits thing. Do you have benefits? But I do think it gets a little bit better when the crowd knows I'm divorced, and the worst part was I lost my health benefits.
I'd put money on that. Yeah. But the joke itself, are you hot or do you have benefits? Just that by itself is so funny. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It can stand alone, but I would put money on it that if you did 2 performances back to back, looked at them both, the one where you introduce that you don't have any more health benefits and then ask for health benefits, I guarantee you gets the bigger laugh. I would.
Yeah. I think so.
Solid.
I think that bit would work, but I think it's more kind of a part of the I'm divorced now material.
Yeah.
I think I added to a bit more than I wrote a new bit.
Yeah. Okay. But still, adding material, adding time to your show is always good.
It's always good. And, the feeling that you get when, let's say you got to do 20 minutes. So you got your 20-minute set, right? Sometimes we'll say to the sound tech, hey, man, give me a light with 5 minutes left, right? Yes. So the light's you at 15, right? And you get the light and you go, oh, wait a minute. I got more than 5 minutes of material left.
Yeah.
Because you've added something.
Yeah.
You've added, even if it's a minute. Now you're going, I got the light. I haven't done this yet. I mean, it's a good feeling to know that you now have to maybe take something out because this new one's working too.
Very good feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Very good feeling. Love when I can add material and take away old material. Just love it.
Absolutely. But don't forget the old material though.
Oh, never forget it. Never. Oh, no. That's in the archives and
Yeah.
comes out when it has to. Like I have bits that I no longer do, but are effective as there's like a line or two in them that can be used as heckler
Yeah.
comebacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and then you just go into the bit from
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
And you
So
look like a genius.
you look like a genius. You have this entire bit.
Wow, he just thought of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's so funny. Okay. Vac, when I watched that, um, uh, I had to watch it a couple times because the first time I was just enjoying it and just laughing. The second time I was taking notes. I only have a couple things, and they're just little nitpicky,
All right.
silly things. The first one is just a comment about the line that you do where you go, yeah, she wanted to get together and have drinks at 3:30, I'm oh my gosh, that's such a great visual for older people. They always want to do things early in the morning, and then your reaction went, huh. I kind of like it,
Yeah. Okay.
I just thought that was great, and this just popped into my head, so I wrote it down. She wanted to get drinks, at 3:30, and then you let the audience absorb that, like you did. 3:30, huh? Yeah. 3:30, she wants drinks. Well, either she's a raging alcoholic or she doesn't want to miss early bird.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, the early bird reference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The early bird reference, everybody knows that, I think.
Yeah.
Either she's a raging alcoholic or doesn't want to miss early bird.
Yeah. And then maybe you can go to say something like, either way, if it doesn't work out, I could get home in time to see, and then your favorite show, which starts at 8 or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Either way, if it doesn't work out, I get home in time to see blah, 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 or whatever,
What would be a good show? That's a good idea.
Golden Girls. I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean,
I love that.
Wait a minute.
Show.
I got it. Classic old person show. Murder, She Wrote.
Okay, Murder, She Wrote, Matlock.
Matlock, there you go, Matlock. Yeah.
But would young people know that? People in their 20s, or should I say Law and Order?
Probably not. Yeah, Law and Order's a good one. Yeah.
I'm gonna write them all down.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be a show. It could be something else that old people do, Yeah, you know what? Hey, if it doesn't work out, I get home in time to blah, whatever.
Clean my dentures. Murder, She Wrote. That's one. I'm just wondering if maybe old people would get like Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, it's gonna be gold to them. Yeah.
But all right, I'll figure it out.
Listen to us separating ourselves from old people.
I know. Those old people will get it.
Those old people.
Okay.
The other thing I wrote down, Vac, was I thought this would be an excellent place for you to go into the nun bit we were discussing in a previous episode, where you dated a nun. And the only reason is because you're talking about dating,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you could even make the nun older, or maybe not. I don't know.
As if it was a recent one.
Maybe, or
like I just dated her.
Or since you're talking about dating anyway, hey, you want to hear a weird dating story? I used to date a nun. It's just a way to do all the dating material together.
Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah. The way I do the nun bit is I talk about being Catholic, and I talk about how much I love confession. We can get away with stuff.
Oh, right.
And then
oh yeah, I see.
And so I do a joke where I just say it works for confession works for anyone, even Hitler. Hitler would, if he had confessed his sins, he would have got into heaven. And I do a thing where, imagine that you go to heaven, you're good your whole life, and you see Hitler there. I do a whole thing on that.
Man.
And
That's
then
funny. That's funny.
And then people laugh at it. And I go, if you didn't laugh at that joke, you didn't get it. Boom. Oh, then I say, you know who doesn't like that joke? My ex-girlfriend didn't like the confess joke. She had been a nun for 12 years. Oh. So that's where I do it.
Oh,
and it gets a laugh. But maybe it is better to put it at the dating stuff.
Yeah.
It might
Yeah.
seem a little more of an, not that it's not good the other way, but maybe have that dating while I'm older hunk,
Yeah. Yeah. I,
including the
I
nun.
I don't think I've ever heard you do that, Vac. I've never heard you do the thing about Hitler. Never.
Oh,
That's
really?
that's funny. That's funny.
I do the whole bit about Catholic. We have confession. I'm not gonna. We have confession. It's great. We can do anything we want. You go to confession. You're
Yeah.
right into heaven. Straight shot. You're into heaven. Just go
Yeah.
to confession. And I go, works for anyone. Even if Hitler had confessed his sins, he would be in heaven right now. And
Yeah.
that's a tough sell. Even if you're Jesus, right? You get in, you live a good life, you get into heaven. First person you see is Hitler. You're like, bullshit. Bullshit. How the hell did he get in there? God
That's
damn it. And I go, oh,
that's great.
I gotta go
Oh,
back
wow,
down.
that's great.
Okay. So, so I do that. I go, I'm going back down. And I go, people laugh at it. I go, if you didn't laugh at the joke, you didn't get it. That's your, whatever. That's your problem. It's just a joke. I say, this is what I do. Then I'll say, I just, one woman in the car, she got up, she's like, you're going to hell for that joke. I said, no, I'm not. I'm going right to confession. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm in heaven. Then I dated a girl who had been a nun. That's when I do that. And I go, she didn't like that joke. But then I go into the nun stuff about she was married to God.
Right.
But when she
Right.
left
That
God,
makes
she
sense.
divorced God. So, and I'm jealous. That's what I do. I'm very jealous. So I go into my nun material. But I think I could do that at the dating stuff. That might be a little, like I could end the confession stuff where I end it.
Yeah.
And then later on I can do, or whatever, before, depending where I put it, do my dating while I'm older.
Yeah.
This is a thought. This is a good thought, Vinny.
Yeah.
It might just make my dating while I'm older hunk a little bit better because, a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like that idea a lot. I'm putting a star next to that note, and I'm doing a show, I think in 2 nights, whatever tonight is, 2 nights. I won't be able to video it, but just because it's going to be in the theater, but I'm going to audio record it, and I'm going to try and get that material into the show, and I'm going to see if I can switch that nun stuff to the dating while I'm older stuff. Do you think I should make it be the same person? Like, should I say I met this one woman, and go into the dating while I'm older? I'd say, well, when you're younger, you're thinking, is she hot? And at my age, I'm thinking, do you have health benefits?
Yeah.
Can I get on your plan? I can. You just moved up there, Trudy.
Great
you
job.
moved up, Trudy. I think the name Trudy's funny. You moved up the list, Trudy. Then do, what's the next joke I do? She wanted to meet for drink. I go, you want to go out? Yeah, let's meet for drinks. Like, what time? She's like 3:30, 3:45. I'm like, that's kind of early. Maybe either she's a raging alcoholic or she doesn't want to miss out on the early bird. That's a great line for that.
Yeah.
Either she's a raging alcoholic or she doesn't want to miss the early bird.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking, 3:30, that's not bad. I'll be home by 7 in time to watch Golden Girls. There's a Golden Girls marathon on. I'm into it. Let's do it. I'm home by 7. Let's do it.
Of course, Matlock has that cuss sound. And as they say, the cuss sound is always funny.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, that's a really good point. The cuss sound.
Yeah.
Matlock, Golden Girls has the double G.
Yeah.
But I like Matlock.
Yeah. Home time to watch Matlock.
Be home time to watch Matlock. I mean, and Golden Girls. You know what? That's something that I'm going to play with. Show.
Wait a minute. just popped in my head. Get home in time to watch the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel.
Okay. That's good. That's going in there. I may have to experiment with that a little bit.
Yeah.
And see if there's any kind of a difference.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so I'll do that, and I'll say she wanted me to meet her parents. I'm like, they're still alive?
That's great. Yeah.
And then we'll just go to their home and say hi. I'm like, I don't know. Do you like it? Should I stop it when I say they're still alive? Because then I continue with. She says, "Yeah, let's just go to their home," and I say, "Is it their home or a home?"
Love it.
You do.
Got to keep it. Got to keep it. Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah.
Now, do you think, Vinny?
Their
This is
home or
interesting
a
because
home?
is it their home or a home?
I
All
love
right,
it.
because you brought this up, so now you got me thinking
Yeah.
to put the nun bit in there. Should I? I could do the nun bit. I think after that because I want to talk
Yeah.
about dating. Okay, or okay.
I
Do
half
you think?
expected it. I half expected it. Actually, Vac, I half expected you to go into it. I was like, and then when you didn't, I just said, well, this is a perfect spot for that because I didn't know if
Okay,
you were doing it yet. I didn't know.
I
I mean,
didn't
I
do it
know.
on that show,
Yeah.
so maybe I could do it. Do you think I should make it where this woman was the former nun, or should I go this other woman I dated?
I,
Or
that's
does
a
it
tough
matter?
call. No, I think that's a tough call. I think that's another thing that you're going to have to play with.
Okay.
If it were me, I probably would go, "Hey, you want to hear a weird dating story?" And it's going to sound like you're talking about the exact same subject because
Yeah.
you're talking about dating. So it's like you're not really segueing out of it. Hey, you want to hear a weird dating story? I used to date a nun. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah,
Okay. I think I could just make it somebody else, somebody different.
I would, but it might work. It might
Okay.
work.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you know why? I mean, it's funny. It's funny that you're talking about dating an older person. And are you thinking about still doing the thing where you're going to be working through it? Like, I don't know how I feel about it. I remember we were discussing that in the episode where we were
With the
working about
nun material, you mean?
no, about dating while you're older. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, what does she
Oh,
expect from me? And I mean, are you still thinking about adding that at some point? That where you're working through it about how you feel about it.
oh yeah. I'm
Getting
looking at my
intimate.
notes now.
Yeah, getting intimate with an older woman. You know what I'm saying? You were because anyway.
Okay.
Here's where I was going with
Yes.
that. Here's where I was going with that. It might be funny that you're trying to work through dating an older woman and now she's a nun too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to date an older woman, but dating an older nun,
Yeah. All
that's
right.
like I don't
Because
know.
I'm looking at the notes from that. I definitely think there's more there, Vinny.
With the older woman thing or the nun thing?
I think both, combining them like that.
I think so. I think it's just a natural progression for the bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I forgot about? I just saw in the notes.
What?
I would say to her, how hard are you? Do you mind changing diapers? And she goes, "Oh, I love kids." I go, "No, I mean mine."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that's great.
That wasn't
mean,
my idea. Was that you? It must have been.
I could have been. Yeah. I but not now. But just we'll just
For the future.
we're planning ahead.
Okay.
Listen, I used to be a Boy Scout. I believe in being prepared. How do you feel? How do you feel about changing diapers?
All right. Oh, good. Now you see, I got a little spark here. It's not just the dating while I'm older. It's now putting in the nun stuff.
Now you got a dating chunk. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. We call them chunks.
We call them chunks.
Nothing sophisticated.
Nah. That's all I have for that. That's all I have for that. Yeah.
I think I got some good stuff out of this.
Yeah.
And as we've said before on the podcast, Vinny, sometimes when you're introducing a new bit for the first time on stage, even if you've rehearsed it, it's exciting, but you're a little nervous,
Absolutely.
and maybe we didn't get everything in we wanted. So now, like I'm going back over the notes again. I forgot about the stuff about the diapers. There's a level we have to find with any bit that we have where we may say, okay, it's done. Like, that's it. I've completed the bit. And then there are times when we can just keep tagging it.
Those are great.
We can just keep tagging it. So
Those are great.
I think part of my job is to add some of this stuff that we talked about tonight,
Yeah.
and then go through the notes. Excuse me, go through notes again from episode 5, and see if I can add those.
Yeah.
But you can't be afraid of it. You got to be fearless. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But comedians are the ballsiest performers. We got the biggest balls.
Yeah.
To do it right,
Yeah.
and to put your own material out there on the line, your own stuff that you
Yeah.
wrote and thought of and came up with, it's ballsy.
Yeah.
And we got to be ballsy. You can't go out, you can't show fear. Even if you have fear, you can't show it. But then you got to go out there and try it, you know?
Yeah. Especially when it's a situation where you're going to express a take on a controversial subject, and you don't know who's in that audience or what half believes this or what half believes that, and you just want to get out there, and it's a funny take on and you got to put your balls on the line, man. You got to just do it, you know.
I understand, like, you got to be careful sometimes, but I never want to perform with fear.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I never want to perform with fear, and
audience smell it. I think. I think
so. They can sense it on some level.
Yeah.
And I just want to go out there and have a good time with it. So that's what this stuff is that we're doing. Yeah. This is fun for us.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. And that's another thing about the video we just watched is you presented it very well. It was I felt like you had confidence in it, and even if you weren't even if you didn't have the confidence in it, you faked it well. It looked like you just had the Vac swagger, man. You were there. You were there. It was, I mean, as we have seen when we saw the video of my daughter, that bit is like I kind of backed off it a little bit. I wasn't 100. I didn't have my mojo. But on that bit that we saw that you did, that I thought you presented it well. I thought
thank you.
You had the confidence and everything there that is necessary to sell a bit, even if, and that's true for a lot of times, that sometimes it's not that funny, but the confidence sells it. However, in that case, confidence and a funny bit, boom.
Right.
I'm done. Yeah.
Right. But what's hard, Vinny, like you're talking about, you felt like you didn't have your mojo. Your thing wasn't just a couple of quick lines. You had that new thing you were trying was a hunk.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's a lot, because you're on a gig where you're getting paid.
Yeah.
And you have to deliver.
Yeah.
And you're opening up for somebody, right? So they want you to deliver. Yeah. And so that puts a little thing in our head, like, I'm taking a risk here. It's not an open mic night. You're not just rolling out somewhere where you could say, hey, man, can I get 5 minutes? I'm working on this new thing. And yeah, sure, Vinny, go ahead. They know you're funny. They're not going to, it's an open mic. Do 5 minutes and get that hunk in there. It's on stage in front of a paying audience, and you're getting paid.
Yeah.
So it puts a little bit out there, and they don't know you. It's not like they know you necessarily.
Right. They're not there to see me. They weren't there to see me. Yeah.
But you want them to leave going, oh, that Vinny opening act was great.
Yeah.
So that maybe someday they will know you. But they
will
don't
be a
know
Vinny Coppola ticket buyer.
What's that?
Will be a Vinny Coppola ticket buyer one day.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right. So that's the thing, but I really believe it. And I'm not saying I do it all the time, but when you perform without fear, one of the best shows I've ever had in my life, just in terms of how I felt on stage, years ago, I used to manage the comic strip in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh man, I used to love that room.
Oh, it was a great room. Oh. And one night the owner came in. Hey man, let's go to dinner. I don't want to stay for the show. Let's go to dinner. So he took me to dinner, and we get back to the club, and the MC was on. The middle act had gone on already. The MC was on, and the owner turns to me and goes, "You want to go on stage? You want to do a set?" do 10 minutes. I'm like, all right. And as we walk in, the MC sees him. He points to the MC and it points to me.
Yeah.
So the MC's like, oh, okay. Hey, we have a special guest coming in. I was on the stage less than 45 seconds after I knew I was going on stage. So I had none of this time to prep.
Yeah.
To go over my set.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this and this and this and say goodnight. And it's not that I'm saying go on stage unprepared. Of course not. But I had a feeling of freedom that this doesn't really matter because I'm not even supposed to be on the show.
Yeah.
An hour ago, I was eating steak and drinking Crown Royal. So here I am. And it was 10 minutes. And I just, oh, what's next? I wasn't thinking. I didn't necessarily, I got into bits that I knew, obviously. And it went great. It went great. And I thought, wow, I wish I could have that feeling every single time I go on stage.
I get it. Yeah. I've been there. Yeah. Freedom.
The freedom to just, and we all know it. We all know it. That's what you got to do. You got to be free up there. That doesn't mean unprepared. No. It just means free.
Yeah. Free. Unencumbered. Yes. Yeah.
Same thing with acting.
That's absolutely true, buddy. Yeah, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to give everybody a look at the updated I Hate My Son bit. Because I added something to it that came to me on the drive, which was a thought about my kids that I had. And I said, oh, I got to bring that to stage. And as it just popped into my head as I'm thinking of the I Hate My Son bit, and I went, whoa, I could put that here. And for those who have seen it and are now going to get a look at it, they'll see the little bit in the middle that's different. Here it is. Right. The third time on stage, I Hate My Son. Let's take a look at it.
Let me ask you this. Where are the parents of 2 or more children? Yeah. I can't see it. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Okay. Do you find that the more kids you have, the longer it takes for you to fall in love with them? That sounds like a big yes to me. You know, before my son was born, everybody would tell me that same old cliche, oh, you will never know love like the first time you look into your child's eyes. Yeah, that didn't happen for me, ladies and gentlemen. It took about 4 weeks for me to fall in love with this boy. And I remember the exact moment I was driving, and I was like, wow, I love this kid, you know. 15 months later, my daughter came. Took about 2.5 months. Took me about 2.5 months to fall in love with this little girl, and I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because I felt like all of her shenanigans were taken away from the one that I loved. I don't know. Now, the 16-month-old baby, I hate this kid, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I hate him. When is it going to happen? When am I going to fall in love with this kid? Because he does nothing that the other 2 did. Nothing. Nothing. We can't have end tables or coffee tables because he'll walk up to him and just knock crap off of them. I can't tell you how many times he has spilled coffee all over our couch. He shrieks at the top of his lungs for no reason, pierces the back of your spine. You know how when a kid is finished eating, he turns his head? He doesn't do that. He slaps it out of your hand. I can't have a fan on my nightstand because he sticks his finger in it. It's just a little tiny plastic fan. You know, just thump, 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 and starts crying. He did it 6 times. Do you remember the moment that you realized that your kid wasn't gifted? Because I don't know about you, but all parents think that their kids are geniuses, right? Am I the only one? Until they do something stupid. My oldest, my son, the 5-year-old, I realized he wasn't gifted the moment I was changing his diaper and I found a Milky Way wrapper in there. This kid ate the whole bar, wrapper and all. And I thought, well, I guess it's gonna be lots of tutoring for this one. Yeah, the 16-month-old, I realized he was an idiot when he put his finger in the fan the 2nd time. Hey, you want to come over to the oven and see if oven and see if it's still hot? The verdict is still out on the little girl. So I got some hope. He torments me, ladies and gentlemen. He's a wrecking ball. So I torment him back. Whenever I open up the front door, he thinks he's gonna go outside, so he runs to the front door, and as soon as he gets 2 feet away, I shut it just to watch him lose his mind. Is that wrong? I hate him. When am I gonna fall in love with him? He drives me crazy. I just want to feel it. I just want to feel something, you know? I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm watching this video on YouTube. It's about the cuckoo bird. You know about the cuckoo bird? The cuckoo bird female has 2 to 3 babies. And when she leaves the nest to go find food, the oldest cuckoo bird baby knocks the sibling out of the nest so that he doesn't have to compete for food. So I'm showing this video to my oldest boy. You know, Junior likes Milky Ways too, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna go leave the nest now, and you do what you gotta do. So I dressed the baby in a cuckoo bird outfit, left for this weekend, and we'll see what happens.
All right, there it is. And you saw the bit in the middle about the fan. I can't have a fan on my nightstand anymore. And that's a true story. I came off the road, Vac. I came off the road, and it was late at night. My wife's already in bed. I'm getting into bed, and I see that my fan's on my nightstand. I go, where the hell's my fan? You know, so the next day I'm asking, where's my fan? He goes, oh, well, he was putting his finger in it, so I had to move it. Wait, I can't have a fan now because this kid puts his finger in the fan, you know? So I was like, oh, so I said, wait a second, I'm going to add that. I can't have a fan, you know, and you know, to the I hit my son bit. And that whole thing about, do you remember, parents, do you remember the moment you realized your kids weren't gifted? that was from a thought I had about my son, which is a true story about the Milky Way in the diaper. Absolutely 100% true story. Yeah. And I'm like, oh wow, man, this kid might be retarded. You know,
are you an alien? Like,
I honestly, Vac, I didn't know if he ate the candy bar in the wrapper or he just found the wrapper and ate it. There's no way of telling, but he definitely. Anyway, so I think that little piece in there, I think it works well, and I'm going to keep it now. I'm going to keep it just like that.
I love stuff that is organic and real because every time you do it, you could do that bit for 5 years.
Yeah.
It's still going to come back to you the moment you saw the Milky Way wrapper.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's going to come out.
Yeah.
It's going to come out.
Yeah. So I think that this bit right now is in a much better place. And because I'm so excited about it now, and because I feel like, I don't know if you use this phrase, but I use this phrase when I'm talking about a new bit. It's like on cruise control now.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the set. From now on, it's in the set, and it's going to stay in the set, and it's just going to get hammered and like shaped every week until it turns into a polished bit. And I'll probably show 1 or 2 more versions of it on the podcast.
Absolutely. I think we should.
We'll do a bit update, and people will see the evolution of it, you know?
Okay. That's a good idea.
And that's why.
A really good idea. And you know what I also love about the bit?
What?
Is that it's you. This happened to you.
Yeah, no one can steal this.
No one can steal it. And if they do, everybody knows you stole from Vinny. Stop. Your kid didn't shit out a Milky Way wrapper. Okay?
Right,
Vinny's kid did. Vinny's slow kid did that.
Vinny's kid.
So, you know, and that's what makes it great, because everybody knows that's your bit. Not only is it your bit, but it happened to you.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real thing.
100%.
And I love comedy like that. When someone goes, this happened to me and I made it funny.
Me too. So much so. But what I was saying with all of that, I'm so excited about it. And I've placed a lot of focus on these sets, on this bit. And I kind of put the daughter bit on a back burner. And I'm a little sorry about that because I was excited about that too. But right now, this is my main focus. But we're going to get back to that, and people will see the evolution of that bit too.
And I think that, yes, you hammer this one out. Get to
Yeah.
where you're really comfortable with it.
Yeah,
And then you can start to eliminate a little something else from your act.
absolutely.
Work on the daughter stuff. Now you have 2 of the kids, like you've got material on 2 of the kids.
Yeah.
And that becomes its whole hunk. But you can do it separately if you have to.
Yes. Yes. That's the goal.
That's great. That's great, man.
Yeah. I'm excited, buddy. And it's because of this podcast. Yes. It's because of this podcast. So there's good coming from this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if anybody has any suggestions for the bits that Vac and I are working on, or if you just want to let us know what you think of this podcast, you can email us at newbitspodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. We're so happy that you gave us another shot. Please write us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Please subscribe, because that gets the podcast out there. It's the algorithm. I don't understand it exactly, but that's what happens.
What happened
apparently.
to me?
What's that?
I just knocked my camera out.
Whoops.
There we go.
Back. Vac is back. Tell him how to get in touch with you, Vac.
All right. The website is gregvac.com, GREGVAC.com, and all my links are there for social media.
Same with me. The easiest way to get in touch with me or find me on social media is just go to my website, VINNIE.com. All the links are there, and you can find me very, very easily. Great episode, Vac.
Yeah, it was fun.
I will see you online, sir.
Okay, buddy. Take care, everyone.